Oh yeah, let's do this. City Skylines. Custom map this time. A little bit something different than my other videos. This time I decided to do a custom map just because I wanted a little more elevation and I wanted some more water and just a little bit change in topography so that you could really make some cool tunnels, bridges, and just to give it a little bit more challenge. So I designed this whole map from the ground up, put in this cool waterfall at the start. There's a limited building space to begin with. So we'll start from here and see if we can build up onto the top of that mountain there. This is how I normally start off. I build a 2-lane road and then delete it because that unlocks the 6-lane roads. You don't have to start building 2-lane roads. You can just start off with the 4 and 6 lanes. I'll start 4 just because it's a little bit cheaper and then I'll upgrade to 6. But yeah, this is something different than my other videos because this time I'm going to show a little bit of the city building and how I normally start a city. I kind of changed the normal start configuration of the starting block by splitting the highways. And because I just think it's easier that way. I don't know why they make them come in, you know, right next to each other. It's not totally necessary. Not every city in the world is designed like that. So this is my take. And I built this map so I can do whatever I want. So I'm just prepping it to lay down these residential zones. And then we'll get going. We'll put in some water power, all that good stuff. But yeah, if you watch any of my other City Skylines videos, they were like already built up cities. So this will be my first one where I'm actually starting off. It's kind of cool because I'm going to drop a, I don't think I'm going to do coal. I'm going to do clean energy is better. And it's got this cool little just like island right here so I can kind of build in tight to save money. You don't want to like spread out your stuff when you first begin building too much because then you're going to run out of money and you're not going to get off the ground initially. You want to start making a profit right away. So the fastest way to do that is to build some residential zones. But I'll show you in a second. The water setup in this coming off this waterfall is pretty cool. But first I want to lay down some residential zones so that I can get some income coming in and just start getting some houses coming in. And I'm not gonna show the whole build of the city. I'll fast forward it. But this is the first part. So you can see the water kind of comes off the waterfall over to the right side. So it's a good little place. And it also comes off left a little bit and pools underneath like an island that I built over there that I'll show you guys later. Right now we just want to get some residential stuff going on. Get the initial plots laid down. And see how the city starts going. But it's I do have the 25 tile mod, but I don't think I'm gonna build all 25 tiles. I'm just gonna build around this mountain just so I can get up to the top of it. And it's designed to be played on the 9 tile map if you want to use no mods. I'll share the map to the Steam Workshop once I've built it all up and I know that there's no glitches with like the railways or the shipping or anything like that. And then I'll show you guys. So let me fast forward a little bit here and I'll push on to a little bit more advanced part of the city. So fast forward, got it on 5 times speed now, just show some quick city building. This is how I normally start off, building the residential, and then I'm gonna build some industrial over here. And I'll divide the residential and the industrial areas with some commercial spaces. You can see there just to separate the pollution from the houses. If you build them too close to the industrial areas, the residential areas won't really grow that well and they'll get sick and they'll start complaining because they're breathing in smog and getting cancer and all kinds of good stuff like that. Which is no son bueno, you know. Anyways, I gotta pack it into the starting block real tight because I don't want to waste money building a bridge yet across to the other buildable land that's on this starting tile. That's why I'm really trying to pack in my residential areas close on here and get some initial stuff going. You see I've already needed 3 windmills. They're not as efficient as the coal, but they don't also cost as much to begin building, so you can start making a little profit and then build. and they also don't pollute, so that's good. Pollution is kind of annoying, but it's a necessity to life, to human civilization. So now we've jumped ahead about 14 minutes into the build. Already built up this whole area. I've established a farming industry up at the top right, and I've built a bridge that goes across the river so that we can start getting on to the other part of land that's over here to the left now. And you can see that little island I was talking about down there. That's just kind of like some of the cool stuff I wanted to do that aren't in the regular maps. You just have to build them on your own in a custom map. Eventually I want to build around the edge there all the way over to the right and get up on top of that big hill. Get some awesome freaking tunnels going. This is a European themed map, by the way, so eventually I'll get some high-res residential and everything going on up here. So there's a fair amount of land over here. You just got to be careful that you don't overspend, because I am making a little bit of a profit and I still have people coming in, but you can easily, if you start building some schools or something crazy, you're gonna real quick get into a deficit and then you'll just be kind of stuck. So I haven't built any schools yet. I built a fire station, cemetery, and a landfill, and that's pretty much it. I think I've built a police station too at this point, but I don't want to get too crazy because the schools and stuff that you unlock right away, bus stations, stuff like that, are super expensive in the initial build, and you don't want to lose money, and they're not really profitable right away, and they're not really beneficial right away. Like, you don't need to build a school crazy early because all of your industry requires uneducated workers. Same with your commercial buildings, they require uneducated workers anyways. So the game's set up really to not really even require any kind of education until you hit about 10K or so. That's just a rough estimate, but it's definitely not a necessity. You need fire stations, you need landfills and cemeteries, but that's pretty much it. On a police station just to curb crime. So let's move forward again. I just bought 2 more plots of land because I'm going to go around this side and then eventually get up on build over onto the left side there, try to get across up onto the top. That's why I said I haven't released this map to the Steam Workshop yet, because I want to make sure that everything works. Like, you can get up on top of the building, you can move around to that left edge. But yeah, this is my custom map. It's probably more difficult to build on this map in the beginning, just because there's way less space and there's a lot less like farmland, less forest industry in the beginning. But I made it that way just so it's a little more challenging and just a little bit more fun to play on. Alright, so a half hour in or so, got a good amount of money, at least for a beginner city. There's about 4,000 people, more people are coming in. I've built over here another industrial area. I've got a forest industry going on right now that's like right smack in the middle of the residential. But that's okay because the forest industry doesn't pollute, so the residential houses don't care if they're right next to it. They're not going to get sick by being by it. And I have a veritable shitload of windmills because I don't have enough money to build the ocean windmill yet, but I'll do that soon. And then once I unlock solar plants, and it's just solar plants from then on out. That's just how I like to build my cities. This is kind of a fast build. Like I said, I'm only a half hour in, but I also have the time on 3x, the in-game time. So just so I can speed along and try to get up to the top. I won't show like the final phase of the city in this video. I'm going to break it down into 2 parts. And I also have another video that I want to show about, if you watched my last city Skylines city, I had a divided city where the residential zones were not in contact with the industrials except by rail. So that one's pretty funny. It's been definitely a struggle. That's the denizens of the slave town do not seem to appreciate having to take the train into town all of the time. Which is weird, right? Because who doesn't want to ride the train into town 30 miles every day and walk to the train station on a dirt road? I don't get it, And not have any schools in your neighborhood, but that's another story. So I'll publish that next video about the divided city once it's finished. It's like at, I don't know, 150K right now population. I wanted to get it bigger and like get more people riding the train. So we'll see. It's a slow journey though. They do not want to keep growing. I'm gonna have to force them to grow. I have to beat them into submission. But this is Tikal, as I have named it, and it looks like Tikal's got some trash problems going on, which is definitely out of proportion to my incinerators. Although, yeah, my landfills are probably full too, so let's put some incinerators over here so these guys don't completely lose their minds. Probably, yeah, that's probably fine there. Who else needs trash picked up? There's already 2 over here. I think that part of the city is probably good. It's probably just going to be these guys over here. They still need another one though. Okay, is that enough? That's barely enough. As you unlock incinerators... Oh, Java wants to update. No, Java. Thank you. As you update and as you unlock the incinerators, you can start to empty out your landfills and get rid of them. That's how I like to play it, but as the landfills are just annoying, they keep filling up. Like this one. This one's emptying finished, so I'll probably delete these and build some incinerators there. But I'll do that in a little bit. Right now, I've got, yeah, Tikal is the name of the city that I didn't mention earlier. It's named after one of the Mayan cities. If you're a fan of Ancient Aliens, then you know that Tikal was founded by ancient alien astronauts, as they're so lovingly called. You know, that Prometheus theory, kind of seeded by the astronauts. So I thought I'd name it after that, although, you know, Tikal doesn't exactly look like this, but it's kind of got that weird, like, Central American feel going on, I feel like, you know? So we're at 28,000 right now. We got a lot of profit coming in. We got almost $1 million. We started to build around the side of the city here, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get up to the top of this mountain. Oh, and I think I unlocked another space, so let's buy that. I want to buy this one so I can get around here. Purchase this bad boy, so I've got 6 spaces I purchased right now, and let's take a look at this land a little bit now that we can kind of get over to the backside here. Yeah, so the idea is that you're going to have to get from here over to here, build like a cutback over here, and build a tunnel through this mountain to get to this side. Once you're over here, you can't build a bridge across water like this that's this high. So you'll have to build over this way and come up to reach the top to connect your city down below. So let's see. I think all of this over here is going to be doable and to reach the top. But let's see if we can get this to work. Could build up to there. Might do that. And then build my tunnel in. Yeah, then I could build out to there. Cool. So in the next video you'll see that I'll have built up to here, hopefully. But let's check out the rest of Tikal and some of the other stuff that's going on in this custom map. We got the air traffic, although I don't have an airport. This is the train tracks. So they kind of were dynamited into the side of this hill by some crazy pyromaniac, some pyrotechnic. And the train, you can see, goes through this tunnel right here and comes out to my train station, and then goes out and can come back in this way to reach the international freight. Just more playing with topography and playing with elevation. The one bad thing about building my train station right there is that it caused a buttload of traffic. So I will have to adjust to this area of town for sure, if not move the entire train station. But, I mean, they put in tunnels, so let's build some tunnels, right? Also, I've unlocked high res, and some of the stuff I built earlier I have converted to high res, so this part of the town's doing real well. I don't think I've instituted any bus lines yet. Yeah, no bus lines yet, so I'll do that later. That's why there's a lot of people walking around. But yeah, these residential, or that's a commercial building, but yeah, these residential buildings and stuff are doing well. They're growing fast, and they should be level 5 soon. I've also unlocked solar plant. I got a solar plant going on, and I built 4 more bridges that cross over the river. Just because when you divide 2 cities like this, the bridge is an extreme choke point, so you have to build a lot of bridges to get away from that. So this is Tikal. If you want to see the finished build, check out my next video. It'll probably be next week. I put out a Skylines video like every week or so, hopefully. And I'll probably put out the divided city video pretty soon too. But yeah, you can see the waterfall of life. Dumping its, doing its thing, keeping the polluted shitty water away from my city for now. Doing quite a decent job of that. Hopefully the water gods don't dry up that waterfall anytime soon. And you can see the polluted water is stretched all the way around. It's almost coming back around to this part of the town. Maybe I'll eventually build something up here. I don't think I'll be able to get a road up there, but who knows. It still looks cool. I could put an airport up there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.